Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel for video number 2. This week I am in California, so what you're seeing around me right now is my dad's office and not my dark basement of a filming situation. That's why I'm so well illuminated with some sweet natural light as opposed to a ring light. Yeah, I've been crazy busy this weekend. I flew a couple days ago and I've been trying to catch up with my 4 siblings. I'm helping my mom move. I'm helping my dad remember that he is still cared for and loved in our family via Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Unless you're a shitty dad, then not happy Father's Day to you. Just happy memory day of when you could have been better. So I'm going to be doing another read aloud of some of my work. This is also going to be a writing prompt for those of you new to my channel or new to my videos. Writing prompts are posted online. I use Tumblr by people to inspire writers to create short stories or even longer works with different universes, different characters, different situations. This one is like a horror comedy one. I thought the prompt lent itself very well to it. The prompt is from Writing Prompts again. Whether it was submitted or written, I'm not sure. It's one of their older ones, so a lot of that information I don't have right now. They ended up deleting a lot of their prompts a couple months ago. So the prompt reads, a horror story where all the characters act intelligently and rationally except the antagonist. Now this short story is written in the second point of view, which is the you perspective. This is a pretty grating perspective. It takes some people a lot of time to get into it. It can be very limiting when writing it because it's all about what you notice and you see. There is no omniscient factor to it. I found that a lot of younger people, a lot of millennials, tend to take to it a lot faster simply because a lot of video games or media that they consume is already in that perspective. So they already are formatted to know how to interact with the story, which I think is bananas cool. I really love how our understanding of the written word changes from generation to generation, time to time, via different innovations or different experiments that writers do. So without further ado, to that prompt, I have written this. This job is going to make or break your career. You know it, the big guy upstairs guarantees it, and your parents are like mildly apprehensive about it. Just be a swamp monster, your mother says. There's good money in mob monsters, your father agrees. Well, yeah, you say. There has to be, otherwise no one would agree to the surgeries. Your friend Arvin had come out with tentacles. You are not going to be a tentacle antagonist. Your parents look at each other with barely disguised grimaces. As one, they turn to you. But that's probably the best option for you, they say together, a benefit of the telepathy that had made them premier antagonists in their day. You've inherited no psychic ability, a fact that no one in your mauling classes lets you forget. You try to flip the table but can't since it's bolted to the ground. Your parents frown disapprovingly at you and you make a face at them, trying to convey what exactly you think of their suggestion. Then, with an inarticulate scream of rage, you storm out of the house. You'd show them all. So, the costumer doesn't know if she should laugh or not. She looks from the drawing in her hands to you and back again. She sucks on her unnaturally sharp teeth, looks back at the cabin they've given you for this job, and back to you. I have questions, she says. All right, you say, magnanimous in your makeup chair. Everything is being set up just how you want it, from the traps in the forest to the secret labyrinth of tunnels running underneath the set, even to the bowl of fruit rotting on the counter in the pristine kitchen. Your parents are going to eat their words. Are these chainsaws? She asks, turning the paper around to show you your own drawing. You admire it for a moment, a little impressed with the shading you accomplished in the half hour it took you to draw it. Yes, you say, and check your angles in the mirror. The makeup artist had done a wonderful job giving you sunken cheeks. You look, you think, a bit more corpse-like than you'd even hoped. On both arms, the costumer clarifies. You raise your eyebrows. Obviously, you roll your eyes. The costumer frowns and flips through the papers on her clipboard. But you say you stay inside the house. There are doors inside, with doorknobs. Yes, you say, understand how this is so hard. You are too smart for these people. I scare them in the kitchen and then towards the front door. It'll be locked, of course, and then they'll be forced to go down into the basement. You chuckle, letting the sound build until you're cackling. You stop abruptly. How is that? Spooky, right? The costumer stares at you. Right. Sure. She flips back to the picture you drew of your chainsaw hands. And you'll get through the doors. How? How about you worry about getting these babies in chainsaw gloves, you ask her, rudely snapping your fingers in her face. Huh? Maybe leave the scaring to the talent. The costumer obviously just needed a firmer hand because she gets right to work after that. Later that night, your heart is thumping with excitement and your new chainsaw hands are aching to be turned on. Everything has gone according to plan. The group of college students, 5 in total, have shown up for their fun weekend in the woods, settling into their grandfather's cabin like nothing is amiss. And they've settled in. And that's what you've been waiting for. You push open the trap door in the living room, smirking as the hinges barely make a sound. You're silent like the grave. You are a panther padding across the living room towards the kitchen. You are a ninja. The floor beneath you creaks long and loud. The conversation in the kitchen comes to an abrupt halt, the silence crashing around you like an anvil. Your palms are sweaty, strapped in as they are, and you dare not even breathe. Man, how old is this place? One of the girls asks with a nervous laugh. It sounds like the wind is going to knock it over. The others agree, relief coloring their voices. You slowly relax. You meant to do that. Now they're feeling the beginnings of the true terrors you're going to unleash on them. This is because you're a genius and they are your prey. Because as well as being a genius, you are a hunter. You stalk the rest of the way to the kitchen door and take a deep breath. Showtime. You reach for the knob only to find that you can't grab it. Not with your chainsaw hands. Well, what makes you a genius is your ability to improvise. You kick the door down, thumbing the switch in your glove so that your chainsaw hands rev loudly as they turn on. You cackle, letting your eye twitch and rush into the room. The college kids react just like you knew they would. They scream, shouting over each other as they jolt up from where they're sitting around the table. Oh shit! One yells. Oh my god! Another screams. The knives, the third one commands. Wait, what? You were only intending to rev your chainsaw hands at them until they fled into the basement. Your mind goes blank as you watch all 5 of them lunge for the knife block, literally jumping over the counter to get to them. Ah! You say as they throw the first volley. You duck behind your chainsaw hands, shuffling back until the kitchen table is between you and them. Stop! They do not stop. Why did you put so many knives in the kitchen? Why would you do that? You should not have done that. Luckily, your cowering keeps you from getting more than nicked by the deadly knife attack. You stay hunched by the wall as the college kids rush past you back to the living room. A real antagonist works through the pain. This is a hiccup, but if anything, it makes you more motivated to slaughter these assholes. You jerk up from your strategic fetal position and sprint toward the living room, brandishing your chainsaw hands. The kids, who for some reason have stopped in the living room, begin to scream again. He's chasing us, one yells. To the basement, another screams. Don't be stupid, the same third one commands. There are no doors in the basement. Outside, a heretofore silent one suggests. What? You say? No, there are swamp monsters. They don't listen to you and race to the front door. You advance on them menacingly. It's too early to end it. You need them to go into the basement so you can lock them in. Then they'll find the secret tunnels and... It's locked, the yelling one announces. Quick, go down, the screaming one says, pointing to the basement. Oh, for the love of God, the commanding one says, and puts his shoulder through the front door. The sound you make isn't human as they go racing into the night. The last one turns as you charge them, yelps, and slams the screen door shut behind them. You feel rage coursing through you. A screen door? A screen door. They think a screen door will stop you? You are a predator, a genius. The screen door is made of steel mesh, which is surprisingly difficult to cut through with your chainsaw hands. You grapple with it and sneer. Surely they don't think it's that easy to get away. There are still traps in the woods spread out all around the perimeter. They won't just get away and completely ruin your great plan. Watch out for this giant hole, the commanding one shouts. Jess almost fell into it. Almost, you think. That's fine. They'll split up and then it won't be almost again. You get one corner of the screen away from the frame and start working on the next. It would be a lot easier if you could just unlatch it, but your chainsaw hands are oddly limiting. I wasn't watching where I was going, the yelling one says in a shaky voice. There were like traps everywhere. Yes, you think gleefully. You are almost done with the second corner and will soon be free. They're everywhere, one for each one of you. Traps for all. We should spread out, the screaming one suggests. He can't catch all of us. No more talking, the silent one snaps. You don't get to talk. If we walk single file, we can spot all the traps and get out of here. No, you think with some panic as they all agree. You muscle your way through the screen with a roar, wincing as the sharp steel cuts into your arms. He's coming! Move faster! You launch yourself across the grass, almost blind with rage. You're going to do this right. You're going to make a name for yourself. You're going to... The world turns on its head, your stomach swoops, and your chainsaw hands sputter as you fall into the hole you'd had set design dig. You sit at the bottom of the 10-foot pit and blink up at the starry night sky, dazed. Then it sinks in. You fell. You're trapped. No, you roar, stumbling to your feet. Spittle runs down your chin as you hear their footsteps crashing through the forest. They are getting away. No! You throw yourself at the dirt wall of the hole and try to climb up it. Unfortunately, the wall is as slick as you'd imagined it would be, nearly solid in most places and muddy in others. You'd normally be able to find purchase and use the strength your father gave you, but today you have chainsaws instead of hands. Curse you, chainsaw hands, you scream, lifting the cursed things to the sky. Curse you! The last sounds of your prey running fade to nothing. The end. So, if you like the story you heard or would like to hear others, I have one more video on my channel. I'm hoping to add more soon. Tuesday seems to be a good posting schedule for me. I also have a Tumblr. I'm going to be linking that below, as well as the blog that I got that prompt originally from. That particular prompt has been deleted off the blog since, just as they were rebranding. So you'll only find that on my blog. I also have a Patreon if you like to see original stories. I post every week. This week is a little late because I've been flying to California, but I will be posting on that tonight. If you have any requests for videos talking about editing or certain stories you'd like to hear me read aloud, reviews, anything like that, be free to leave those down in the comments. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep doing what I want to do, which honestly is pretty much my goal in life. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this, and see you guys next Tuesday.